Okay, so we have our 4 parts. We want to rig this, and to do this we need to set up some constraints. So if we select the piston rod, then we go to constraints and we choose that make this a child of the crank, and we want this always to point towards the piston. So let's add a damp track to piston, and we want it to track axis Z. Then we want the piston always to follow this empty. So let's add another constraint, limit distance towards this empty, and instead of inside, we need to set this on surface. And then we also want to make sure that this piston only goes up and down. So we need to add another constraint, limit location, and check the Y, so it cannot move in Y-axis. And then we also want to make sure that the empty is a child of this crank. So let's just press Ctrl P, set the parent to the crank. And now it should all be set up. So we select our crank, press R to rotate in X. And it works. And if we want to animate it, let's open up the menu with N. We select our crank, we hover over rotation, press I, and then we can go to frame 50, and we can set the value for X 360, press enter, then I, and if we now press N to hide the menu, you can see that it's working. But the last thing we need to do is to select this, right click, set the interpolation mode to linear, and then we also want to press Shift E and set it, make it cyclic. And if you start from the beginning, it works.